Right now, still about $28,000 in debt.
I owe 10,500 right now.
I believe in my case it was very important for me to still continue my education even though I knew I was going to be in debt. I needed to prove something to myself and my children.
Because I know that I'm going to be able to pay it off and still have money left for me in the end.
Time I was able to get financial aid and also a few loans to pay for my school.
I'm just using loans.
What actually pushed me harder is I knew at least getting an education, at least I knew I had some kind of future and I was going to push myself to do better, and I knew I had that debt.
It encourages me because I know that if I don't go to my classes, I won't be able to pay all my debts.
No, they don't. Actually, I was the first one out of my family to continue in college and finish school and get a degree.
Yes, all of them.
Well, at the time I qualified for what they were giving me, and whatever they didn't, well, I had to get loans to pay it off.
I did qualify, but I only got like 1,000 in grants, so it's like I almost didn't qualify.
Students should pay for tuition because I believe it helps the university as a whole. I also believe it helps them have the resources necessary for completing the coursework for their classes. So they have resources such as computers and fees for housing and parking, etc., all the things that they use on a daily basis. I believe that by paying that, you have the convenience of those resources. I believe that if we could have tuition be less, I think we would. I think that we could make cuts in some areas to where it would lessen the tuition, and I think that would be beneficial for the students to be able to attend UTEP.
I've seen the tuition for other public schools in Texas and compared it to private schools and even out-of-state schools. And I think that the education students get at UTEP is worth what they're paying for. Realistically, I don't see how tuition can be cut just because UTEP depends on funding from the state, and the state is not providing more funding. But, of course, once people I know, family members, even I would have loved to pay less tuition. But the reality of things are that there's a lot of expenses that have to be covered, and that goes on the academic side, on the administrative side. And unless we know what all those expenses really are, we can't just say, well, bring down tuition. I think the student loan program is a good program. But I do think that students at UTEP do not have to borrow money. On average, at UTEP, students borrow about $23,000 in total. Some borrow more, some borrow less. But it's a 4-year public school. I've also seen students that never get a loan because they are able to balance the amount of free money that they're getting from financial aid plus their job. And if they don't qualify for free money from financial aid, they're able to balance the number of hours they work with the money they need to buy, and then they make choices about how much money to spend.